Hey guys, what's up? My name is Nick Johnson. I've been doing competition duck calling my whole life. And the title of this video is What is a Duck Calling Contest? A lot of guys are out there and they think it'd be fun to try and be cool to do it, but there's really not that much information out there. And it's a little overwhelming to try to figure this all out on your own. So this is some very basic information on what is a duck calling contest and a little breakdown of all the different styles of duck calling contests. So what is a duck calling contest? Well, it's an event that's usually held like at a sports show, or it might just be a standalone contest. And a duck calling contest is basically a musical instrument contest. You go onto a stage, you perform your musical instrument. There's 5 judges who can't see you, and they're gonna give you a score for how well they think you performed your routine at that contest. You do 3 routines. They do 1 round, they'll make some cuts, do another round, make some cuts, a 3rd round, make some cuts, and then you got a winner. Person with the most points wins. So there's a lot of different styles of duck calling contests, and I broke them all down here, and I'm just gonna give a little brief explanation about them. The biggest style of duck calling contests out there is Main Street style or competition style duck calling. It's called Main Street because the World Championship Duck Calling Contest is held in Stuttgart, Arkansas over Thanksgiving weekend, and the stage is right on Main Street, and the whole Main Street fills up with a big audience of people watching it. So it's just got the nickname Main Street Style Contest. A Main Street Style Duck Calling Contest is a 90-second routine. So when you go on stage, the judge asks you if you want to warm up, you can't talk, or the judges might know who you are. Nod your head, you do a warm up, you nod your head again, the MC will say, judges, this is for score. From your first note you blow, you have 90 seconds. A Main Street style routine is very structured. I wrote out what structure is. A structure in a duck calling routine is a hunting scenario where you see birds from afar, you call them in, you lose them, you do a comeback call them back, and then you finish them with a lay down call. So bring in, lose, bring back, finish. Then that consists of hail calls, to a greet call, to a feed call, to a comeback call, another call, greet call, or I call it a re-greet, and then a feed and finishing call. I have a really excellent video on YouTube. Go over to my videos page if you're interested in trying a Main Street style contest. These contests, almost everybody blows the same identical routine. It's like the national anthem. Everybody sings it a little bit different. These judges are just picking out their favorite singer. You want to try one? I got an awesome breakdown on how to do an entire 90-second routine, almost note for note. So it's really helpful for a lot of people. So in a Main Street style contest, there's also ringing hail calls and rolling feed calls. What do I mean by that? I mean that these are not realistic sounding duck calls. And we get a little flack because people say, that doesn't sound realistic. My response to that is you don't go to a NASCAR race to watch street legal vehicles drive around in a circle. These are the best duck calls in the world, made by true experts in their craft, and we're just trying to figure out how to blow these things right. And a ringing hail call is very loud, something you not necessarily would ever use in the field. You're showing your control, you're showing your power. And basically in a Main Street style contest, you want to show you are the biggest badass on a duck call on that stage that day. A ringing hail call sounds like this. Rolling feed calls also are something you would not necessarily use while you hunt. But again, you're showing control, you're showing power. So when you do your feed calls in a Main Street style contest, it sounds like this. Again, not something you'd really do while hunting. So like I said before, everybody in a Main Street style contest, we're singing the same song, different singers. And this is really just pushing the limits of the duck call. When you're doing those ringing hail calls, it's hard not to mess them up. It's hard to go from the loudest note to the softest note and make that sound smooth. So you're showing control, you're showing power, and that's what the judges are really paying attention to. Those 5 guys sitting back there, they want to hear power, they want to hear control, they want to hear finesse, and that's what your score is based off of as you sing that song. Also, I put up here if you go into a novice contest or a youth contest for duck calling, typically that's always structured in Main Street style. So unless it specifically says novice meet or something like that. And another side tangent to novice contests, make sure if you want to do a novice contest, you are always getting the rules for entry. Some of them are a little different from contest to contest. So some people might say you can't ever have won a Main Street style contest to be eligible. Some might say you can't have ever won any duck calling contest, which would cover those other categories of calling contests. Make sure you get all the rules that should be on their website, or if nothing else, before you drive there, before you get disappointed because you can't compete, call the contest organizer. Ask them, what are the rules? Am I eligible? All right, if you're eligible, I'm coming. If not, probably still come. Okay, so that's Main Street style duck calling contest. The other most popular style of duck calling contests are meet style duck calling contests. So these have come a long ways in the last 4 or 5 years, and they are a lot of fun to watch, and the guys are getting so good at these now. A meet style contest is 90 seconds, same as a Main Street, and it's structured same as a Main Street, but a little bit looser. You can put a little bit more of your own specialized calls in there. In a meet style contest, you don't do any of those ring and hail calls, and you don't do any of those rolling feed calls. So those 5 judges back there on a meet style contest, when I judge a meet, I'm trying to pick out the guy that I want to take hunting with me. If I'm going hunting tomorrow and I can only pick one of these dudes that are in the contest, I'm giving the highest score to the guy that is the best hunting style caller. So with no rolling feed calls, no ringing hails, your feed calls are going to be a lot more gentle, a lot more hunting style orientated, sound more like and your hail calls aren't going to be ringing. They are normal style hunting hail calls that you'd use out in the field. So those sound like still get a lot of points for being loud on these hail calls on a meet style routine. And it's following the exact same structure as the Main Street. Hail calls, greet calls, feed, come back, re-greet, feed, and finish. These are a lot of fun, and there are some guys that are just awesome at it these days. So that would be a meet style contest. The other style contests out there are live styles. So a live style is a lot different than these two, Main Street and meet, which follow the same basic guideline structures. First of all, lives are only 60 seconds. And there's no structure at all. They're a lot shorter of a contest. You have a lot less time on stage. The 5 judges that are judging you in a live style contest, they're listening for a lot different things than these judges are. When I'm judging a live style contest, I want to be able to close my eyes and picture that I'm standing next to a pond, at sunrise, and I'm just listening to mallards talk to each other. So you get a lot of really interesting routines with the live style. Like there's literally no structure. The goal is to sound like ducks. Do it however you feel like you can get the most points out of. So you get a lot of guys that'll come up on stage, and when the MC says for score, they'll start out with a feed. This will be their first call they do. And go from there. Just try to sound like real ducks. So I'm just giving the highest score out to the guy that sounds like a duck, not hunting style, not NASCAR racing on a duck call, just you sound like ducks. So these contests are also a lot of fun. They go a lot faster with that 60-second routine, but the scoring can be a little bit different because every judge is going to have their own little opinion about what sounds the best to them. And you can skew a contest by having kind of a unique routine as well. So there's a little bit more variables in a live style contest, but that's also what makes them fun. The last category I wrote down here is a 2-man style contest. So a 2-man style contest is a 90-second meet style routine. So it's you and your hunting partner, you and your calling partner, and you're gonna blow a meet style routine. Again, that's structured. You're gonna start with hail calls, greet, feed, come back, re-greet, feed, and finish in 90 seconds. And what the 5 judges are looking for on a 2-man style contest is great cooperation. When I'm judging a 2-man contest, I want to know that you guys practice together. You'll definitely get points deducted if you're doing, if you're doing greeting calls over the top of one another. So sit down with somebody if you want to do a 2-man contest and write out a routine for you guys. I'll do a hail call, you do a hail call. I'll do a faster hail call, then you do like a big hail call after that. Then we'll bounce off each other with greets. A lot of scoring is going to be based on how well you and your partner cooperate on stage. Of course, you got to be a good duck caller too, but good duck callers can go up there with no plan, and if they don't cooperate well with each other, they're going to get a low score. And you might not be as good of a duck caller, but if you've got a good routine worked out with your partner, you can get some major extra points for that. So that's a 2-man style routine. 90-second meet with your buddy and being cooperative. So these are the 4 main styles of duck calling contests. Main Street meet, live, and 2-man. If you're looking to get into this stuff, I highly recommend it. I'm so happy that I started duck calling competitions. I've been doing it since I was 13, and it's done nothing but enhance my waterfowl lifestyle. I've met awesome people from all over the country, got uncountable amounts of new hunting opportunities because of it. I practice my skills year round, and it's really a great way to stay engaged. If you want to get into this more, I wrote down a couple of fantastic references that you guys can check out. Check out www.callingducks.com. A guy named Mike Eddy runs this website, and he is awesome. He's awesome. There's so much information on that website. Also, if you guys are on Facebook, check out the Facebook group Competitive Duck and Goose Callers. There's over 4,000 members on Competitive Duck and Goose Callers, and there's hundreds of people that are willing to listen to your 90-second routine, give you a little feedback, give you a little direction. It's not hard to find people. We want more people to come to these events. We're just kind of like a big family. We see each other all over the country doing this stuff. It's an awesome community, and if you guys want to get involved, there's tons of people out there who are willing to help you out, myself included. If you guys have any questions too, just post them down in the comment section, and I'll do my best to respond to every single one of them. So anyways, I hope that this helps make sense of what duck calling contests are, and maybe you even inspire somebody to start practicing and put some routines out there and get some feedback, and hopefully I see you guys at a contest in the future. Thanks a lot for watching. Check out the Main Street video I got and go from there.